This is our alpha Crusader run. I came up with that name, so I'm pretty proud. I think it's a bit catchy. But yeah, this is the alpha. It's already game over. Thanks for playing. Yeah, so this is the alpha. Not great.
Run it again, just like actually get into the
just to prove that it actually works. So yeah, left, right.
Yeah.
And crash, game over. But as you can see, the score. This is when it spawns, and there's only, I think there's about 10 cards after spawn, and there's only 15 points. So.
Yeah.
And game over is there the whole time. So we'll go over to the actual unity of it. So you can see the beta's come on a long way there, even the home screen. But for the alpha alone, so I done the scene. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, he made the scene.
I created the roads there that we pulled from Unit 1. I think it wasn't the challenge Unit 1, it was the actual prototype. We pulled the roads, even the vehicles, and the actual background scene. So you can see the scene there it's actually the scene of the prototype, but it's inverted. So now it looks like a hill background instead of the sky. So I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. Like, it's eye catching.
Yeah, it is.
If you're actually looking. So the car itself, I got it going left. Well, actually I'm wrong at the start. So at the start, I thought the roads, we were going to be able to repeat the background of the road, so just have it duplicating the whole way.
Yeah.
But we found out pretty quickly that was never going to work.
No.
So for about 3 days, the car was just running endlessly, and then it fell off, and it was just terrible.
Not good.
Terrible. So, like I said earlier, I got the car moving left and right, and if you can open up the script there, it's just as the horizontal input left and right, but it actually has changed a bit because I had it going forward, left.
It's removed the forward and backward. Yeah. It's now just it goes
left and right. I created the obstacles, which you can see there. You can see them there, but they're pretty pointless. We thought we could use them in the destroy out of bounds.
Yeah, we thought we could kind of use them where if the car hits them, then that would make them despawn.
Yeah,
but that didn't really work.
So then I'm going to pass it over to you, Ben.
Yeah.
So then I sent it over to him.
So he sent it over with so we had kind of the basic scripts, everything in. The biggest issue is probably the spawn manager. The spawn manager spawned the cars in one spot off the road. So our first, and it also. I don't know if you noticed, in the first time we played the alpha, the car spawned on the player, so obviously that shouldn't really be, so it shouldn't do that. It should spawn within a range. It should not spawn at one point rather than it could be able to spawn on the car or behind the car. So, but the first issue was that they spawned not even on the road. So how I did that was, it's kind of a hard-coded way to do it. Basically setting X positions on the road, so there's like a left side, middle and right side of the road, a left of each lane, so that the car could randomly spawn at any point, so you'll never just, so you can't just sit in the middle either and just completely just avoid it.
I'm pretty sure I had a range.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
a
range.
Yeah, there wasn't too much range, so it would just spawn at the one point. So that was the first thing I fixed for the alpha.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah. That was the first things of adding things to the alpha. Then the next thing was we had to upload it to the WebGL, and that's when we a bit of an issue.
It's not a bit. It was
a massive issue. So we go to upload it onto the WebGL, and that's all looking good. It builds perfectly, and then you get into it, and nothing was showing up. And then we check the console on the website, and just
that out of bounds exception will haunt me.
Yes.
For the rest of the year.
It was bad. Whatever the game object out of bounds, everything was just errors. It was kind of recursive as well. So every second you're getting another 10, 15 errors.
And before Ben goes on, I know he doesn't want to blame me, but it was my fault for that one exception.
There's only two of us, and I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'll let you tell it because.
Yeah. So I'm then looking at all the errors, and I'm like, what is going on? Because it was a lot to do with the game object. However, when I look at the script, if I remove the game object, it will never be able to spawn the cars, because then how was it supposed to spawn the game object? So after looking for many an hour, I realised that Darren put the actual spawn manager script on the prefabs that were spawning in, and because on the cars, which meant that there was no game object, because that is the game object, and it just completely broke it completely.
I don't think we're allowed to say the actual word, but it was
bad. Anyway, yeah, after I just removed them all off it, and then
it was a quick fix.
It worked, but it took forever to find that because it was deep inside.
Because I tried to build it, and I was like, oh, there's like 2,000 errors here on the console, and I was like, oh no.
So I was like, I'll take that bit. I'll look at that, and eventually managed to find it.
Yeah.
So
thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. So that was pretty much it for the alpha. So then, moving on to the beta. I was then continuing to work on it. So the first thing I wanted to add was the UI and to fix the game over, because on the alpha, game over was just
Stuck.
on it completely. There was always game over.
And also the score.
Yeah, the score. So the score also was another thing I didn't particularly like, was that it spawned when the
I
cars
just seem to like a lot.
when the cars spawned, it gives you 5 points. But if you crash, but there's already 5 cars spawned ahead of you, you're getting all the points from 5 cars.
Win-win.
I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, no, it's better now. It's better.
So now what it works is when the car despawns, so when it's gone past you, then you get your points.
When it hits them obstacles
yeah,
there,
when it
that
gets to that point.
we thought were pretty useless.
Yeah, they actually turned out. That's where you can actually see, when we run the game,
Yeah,
you can see it. You'll see them down here. They all just despawn.
They act as a guide for our Z position.
Yeah.
And that's what we use in the code.
The next part was to get the UI to work.
Yeah.
Everything needed to be in a games manager. So for the alpha, everything was just on start. So when you saw it just run the WebGL, everything just started going forward just in the game.
And
so
a lot of it as well was in Spawn Manager.
yeah, it was a lot.
A lot.
That Spawn Manager was
It was fairly packed.
there was everything in it. So what we did, what I did was make a games manager and take basically everything that was on start and change it, make it into a method, and then
Its
you
own
can
function,
call it,
like.
have its own function, have its own method. So you can call it in and use it on the button. So
We'll just show you there now.
I'll show you to run it. So if you want to watch down here, you can see them despawn just to go past. I'll run in mind because it's another so we'll run it anyway. I'll show after. So we're just on hard mode here. So basically the difference between each of the modes is the spawning to go between the cars. So
We both attempted to do this Spawn interval.
yeah, that was also something that was incredibly difficult to do. Well, it probably wasn't, but we made it.
We were
incredibly
inheriting
difficult.
from Games Manager,
Yeah,
which wasn't too bad, but we'll show you here though. Play it there and we'll just show
run it
you
again.
the
Hopefully.
exit there, just deletes all of them.
You just see them here.
See though.
You can just see the despawn just
Yeah.
there. I didn't last very long because I still didn't have mode. I should have paid more attention. But also you would have noticed that there was a restart button, which
I managed to pull off.
yeah, I can
To Ben's surprise, I think, nearly. So it's in Games Manager there. Just a public void, and just pause the game. So, or sorry, unpause the game. So when it's at 0, it pauses, and then restart. It'll unpause, and then the scene manager.load scene. I think that was Unit 5, was it?
yeah,
Yeah, we pulled that from it, and we were able to just reload the menu and
yeah.
play again.
If you couldn't tell, everything is from Creative Code.
Yeah.
Bar, there's 2 things. Well, there's one or two things that we didn't use from it.
Yeah.
So first you would have noticed the difference in sound between the alpha and this one. So that is what I did. So I took the background sound and the explosion sound from Unity Play and the links to that are read me. And
I don't think they're in the README anymore.
Oh, they're not
They're
in the
in the sources file.
on the sources file, you can just see like they're
And
just
I stated where we used them.
okay.
So is that all you done?
Yeah, they were doing things I used.
So I did 2.
Yeah.
So the GitHub link there, if we just
Link.
just go to links Git, I actually got this off a YouTube video which I linked in the sources, and it's pretty simple. Like, I probably should have known how to do it, to be honest. But just application that you open URL and then just a link, and that was it. Pretty simple. And the second thing is we'll show you now.
I'll show you this working.
Yeah.
So yeah, just press the link. That's one, and it brings up to
Once we get into the game, and when the character moves,
yeah, so when it's from the game, you know,
it
it's
tilts.
the car tilts, it doesn't just hover left and right.
Because when we decided we weren't going to repeat the background, the car was just sliding. So I done this in the car tilt.cs there, and I literally got this off Stack Overflow. We used the serialized field, which was Unit 6 there. I just had a look at it, and then just so you can edit it now in the game in Unity. And I just used this here quaternion. I said it wrong, I know, but it just allows the car to tilt left and right on its Z-axis.
Yeah, it just
So-
has a tilt amount, and
Yeah.
it can turn it. So actually, look, rather than just hovering, it
Yeah,
goes
it actually-
left and right.
Flips it.
So,
So that's all the sources we used anyway.
they were all the external.
Yeah.
sources.
So we've used a few more of them serialized fields throughout the scripts now.
Yeah, just let us edit it while we
Yeah.
were actually in Unity. Okay, so I forgot to show. So just to show that there's actually a difference between the modes. So if I'm on the easy mode, you can definitely see that it is a lot easier, and the spawning tool is a lot slower. So
You're not going to get a high score with that fucking mode.
so When I made the UI, I made it so there was just one button. It was just one start button rather than the three: easy, medium, and hard. So when you just pressed it, the game started, and it was just the one difficulty. At the start, I think we wanted to do it so progressively got quicker, but when I came to actually coding that, it didn't really seem like it was possible. So having just the three modes was a lot better.
So that's when you sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to Darren.
Yeah.
Darren made the three
I think
buttons.
he was offloading something. He didn't know, and so I got it anyway. So I just made the three buttons with the UI text message pro button, and then we'll go into the script there.
Yeah.
Well, before we go ahead, I hope you like the font because I don't think Ben does.
I had it all looking well, and then I come back and they were all three different fonts and three different colours. The restart button was different. I'm not.
Okay.
It wasn't my personal style.
Yeah,
choice,
so we've just created a difficulty script. You actually started the script, but then we just integrated all of it into it. If the button's clicked, it'll...
So basically when Darren sent it to me, it kind of worked, but it also kind of didn't. So we wanted the difficulty to actually be changed when you press it. However, when Darren did, they were always the same. Now,
And as you've informed me, I was divided by 1.
yeah, I can explain kind of. To be fair to Darren, his laptop can't really run Unity. So that's his defense. On his side, it did look like they were actually doing.
Ben has proof.
It does look like it because it's kind of glitching forward. It's not actually very smooth.
It's just
However, when I run it and I look at Spawn Manager, I notice that the interval always is the same. So the way Darren was trying to do it, which I should be able to show this. Where's the Spawn Manager? Already in it. Yeah. Okay. So how it works is, when Darren set it up, so each button's 1, medium button's 2, and the hard button is 3. So how it would work was, it would divide the spawn interval by whichever one. So if you're 2, it'd be halved, and if it was 3, it would be in thirds. So
it was a good idea.
It was a good idea. However, they didn't. It always just ended with 1/3. It always just was 1/3, and every button, regardless way, will always be hard mode. So to do that, I just hard coded it in basically. So when number 1 is pressed, it just sets us the spawn interval to be 1.5 seconds. When medium is 1.
So there you can see. So there it is 0.5, and it's just gradually increasing the speed of the spawn.
Yeah, so it just has the spawn, the interval between each spawn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of annoyed I didn't get that to work, to be honest. But because I was passing it from Games Manager to difficulty button, then to spawn.
There is a lot in it. There's a lot of moving.
A lot of passing it.
Three scripts, but eventually we did get it to work.
We got it. Teamwork makes a dream work, as they say. But yeah.
So, trial and error. Okay. Also, one thing was from the alpha to the spawn manager. Now there was that the alpha would only ever spawn about 8 cars. That was because when Darren set it up, he had 4 cars already on the road, and when you ran it, those 4 cars would then, and they were the ones using the spawn manager.
They were the spawn manager itself.
These were the prefabs, but they were already in it. They were actual assets here. So what happened was, they'd come in, they'd spawn in all looking well, but then they'd get destroyed, and then they can't, because they're gone, they can't keep spawning, so it only ever spawn it like 3 or 4 times or whatever. Yeah. So to fix that, just made the prefabs here, so they're not actually physically here, they're just here, and you can just add them across.
An easy fix, but a ridiculous mistake.
Yeah.
You know them ones?
One of them ones, but it was an easy enough fix that it worked from then on. Spawn manager then worked, because like for a lot of the time we were thinking maybe it was the spawn manager.
Yeah.
The actual script itself, thinking that spawn manager was just haunted or something.
Yeah.
But now it was actually really good once you fixed it.
But overall, the game came pretty good.
I think it came a lot further than that very first version. Dan sent me has come a long way.
Better than I intended.
Yeah, I agree.
You can see everything works. We restart, goes back to the main menu, all that.
Yeah.
So I'll pause that because that noise.
Yeah, that noise. I think I've heard that noise so long. Same with the first one, that 8-bit noise.
That noise.
Doing like I did. Anyway.
But overall, we're happy enough.
We're happy enough. We think it's fairly even.
Are we saying 50-50?
Yeah.
Because like for the alpha, I'd say
you did a lot more than work. Yeah. Well, you created everything.
I created everything and messed a bit up along the way. But
yeah, so it's a bit messy, but like and then over the beta, everything evened out, you know.
The beta was literally, we'd start something, we'd get like 3/4 of the way through, and we'd be like, we'll finish it, and then it'd be so and so on.
Yeah. So. Or there'd always be something broken, like finally you'd get like the score to work, but then all of a sudden the buttons wouldn't work, and then for every reason when you fix the buttons, the score wasn't working.
Yeah. It was just like one after another.
Yeah.
Trying to kill us.
Yeah, trying to kill us.
We're happy to say it's been 50-50.
50-50. Yeah, like it's not the greatest game ever, but we think it shows everything that we've learned.
Oh, it definitely does. Like we used 1 to 6
Yeah, we have everything from it.
Everything,
All them.
particle effects, horizontal movement,
The camera movements.
the camera movement.
The sounds.
And we even use serialized fields in Unit 6.
Let's get it in.
We weren't sure about the object pooling though.
No, that wasn't.
We weren't sure. So we said we'd leave that out. But yeah, so that's our game anyway, Crusader Run. I'm happy with the name, Ben's loving it, so yeah.